What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in, or thanks for coming back. I'm here at Nissan of Fort Myers, and this is a brand new, completely redesigned 2025 Nissan Murano. Did they finally get it right? There's some major changes. Matter of fact, this is a whole brand new vehicle, and I'm going to take you on a complete tour of it, starting with the exterior, technology, powertrain, and of course the test drive at the end of this video. So if you enjoy watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that like and subscribe button, and now let's get back to this. And here it is, 2025 Nissan Murano. But before we dive into this particular one, let's talk about Murano as a nameplate, because that started back in 2003, 22 years ago, as the first crossover SUV. And it was a hit right away. Nissan did really well with them. They quickly redesigned it in 2006, then another redesign in 2014, and then nothing. Nothing until 2025, Nissan decided to refresh the image of this SUV. Now, where does it fit in the segment? Because it's not as big as the Pathfinder. Of course, the Pathfinder is a three-row SUV, and that fits in the mid-size SUV category. This is not as small as a Rogue, slightly bigger than that. So that's kind of in between. Not many direct competitors if you're looking for a two-row SUVs. However, Hyundai has the Santa Fe and Sorento from Kia. I think I would put them in the same basket in this, even though they do have the option of third-row seating. Now, let's start with the design of this particular one. As far as the design, what a departure from what we've been looking at for the last 10 years as far as the Murano. And I like it. I like the new style. I like the slim LED lights that are built right on top of here. And then the LED daytime running lamps that are right here, this triangle here, kind of capping off the V-Motion grille. We also have this big Nissan logo, the new Nissan logo, and inside of it, incorporated is the front-facing camera. So look up on top. Murano is actually stamped in this trim piece, which is always black, even on the different color vehicles. It's hard to see on black. And everything else is in the same color as the rest of this vehicle. Really good looking, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. But the biggest change is underneath the hood. Gone is the V6 and CVT. Instead, we have a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged intercooled engine, 241 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 9-speed conventional automatic transmission. Actually, pretty clean setup underneath here. We have hood struts, we have some sound insulation, really good look. And of course, not only the front end changed, the complete shape of this vehicle is different. I like it. It's sporty. Look how much wider it is in the back. Maybe from this angle, you're going to see the hips that are kind of extending from the back of this vehicle. Overall, I like the shape. I like the wheels. On this Platinum trim, we have 21-inch rims, which is huge. Most of the vehicles go up to 20, and then you have to kind of option them up from them. Bridgestone Alanza tires, as far as the size, 255 by 50 on 21-inch rim, and I like the new rim design. As far as the amenities on this Platinum trim, we have the panoramic sunroof, we have the cameras right on the side, so we have this 360 view, of course, the built-in turn signal, blind spot assist. We have the ability to get inside of the vehicle pushing the button as long as the key is somewhere on you. And by the way, we have this new key that has a remote start, lock, unlock, hold for the power gate, and the panic button. And if you lock it, also the mirrors fold or unfold if you unlock it. We have some chrome trim piece right at the very top of it, kind of continuing through the end of this vehicle. And overall, a pretty good looking shape Check it out from the backside right here, guys. Look at these lights. I love them. Kind of infinity looking lights. They glow across the entire width of this vehicle. Big Nissan logo right in the middle. Third brake light. Underneath here, we have a hidden wiper and Murano spelled out. The bottom of this vehicle is finished with this gunpowder gray metallic all-wheel drive on the left-hand side. That's standard on the Platinum and the SL trim levels. And look, there's a rear view camera right there. How do you open the gate? Well, you push this button right here, the button on the remote or the button inside the car. So you have plenty of different ways to do that. And let's see what we have as far as the cargo capacity. That's about 32 cubic feet of cargo space right here in the back, which is not bad at all. I got to keep in mind, though, that there's no third row seat. The seats, however, can be folded. As you can see, the 60-40 split. You pull on the lever. You can do it with both. Of course, now we have the cargo cover that you can extend and keep people from peeking in, which you have inside of this vehicle. This is on this Platinum trim. This is optional right here, the cargo mat. And if you lift up that floor, what do we have? We have a fix-a-flat, basically. So you have some part of the Bose stereo, which is, by the way, the stereo on this vehicle. So this is what we have as far as the cargo for in the back. And let's close this gate open. By the way, it has the proximity feature too. So if you wave your foot underneath here, or kick underneath here, it's going to open up as well. And if this vehicle was equipped with a tow hitch, it can tow, but only up to 1,500 pounds. And what do we have on the interior? Let's check it out. Starting with this door panel. As you can see, it's kind of a two-tone. This is leather wrap. This is soft. This is soft. This is a different trim color. And here is where at night you can see some ambient lighting. You also have the retractable sun visor on the side, bit more storage for your cargo. Look at the floor. It's completely flat. So 3 people can actually fit nice and comfortable. And we have this diamond stitched leather. This is the semi-aniline leather. So this is the real thing, not leatherette like you find on the lower trim levels. And right in the middle, you have the console that opens up. Yeah, of course, we have some cup holders and maybe a space to put your cell phone in. The seats are heated on the outside, both outside seats. In the back, you have your own vents and USB Type-C ports. That's what's going on in the back. Let me see if I can fit behind myself. And I like to think that I'm 6 feet tall, and I probably am with the shoes on. Adjusted the front seat to my regular driving position. And look at this, I can fit quite nicely in the back. So plenty of cargo space, plenty of rear passenger room. Even I can say that 3 people can fit in here quite comfortable, even the third person, because it's a very flat floor. We have a panoramic sunroof, which takes up some of the space, and I still have, that's about 2.5 inches, maybe 3 inches of headroom and plenty of shoulder room as well. Now let's take a look and see what the magic happens. At the front door panel, basically the same setup as we have in the back, of course, with the addition of window mirror lock controls. We have the foldable mirrors. That's the button to fold them, unfold them. And then we have the lock, unlock mirror window controls. A bit more storage underneath here. No branding on the steering, but we've seen that as a Bose stereo. We've seen that in the back. Now, as far as the controls for the seats, I have the massaging seat right here. You also have the power seat controls, including the lumbar support. Now look how nice the seats are. The leather feels really good. They're really comfortable. It is perforated in the middle because they're climate control seats. I'm going to show you that in a bit. So really lots of luxury in this brand spanking new interior. Let's take a quick peek. And how about this as a brand new interior? I gotta give Nissan credit. They really did a great job redesigning, redoing this vehicle. So far, I haven't driven it other than this parking lot, but we're gonna check this out. Bose, this is where it's branded right here on the A-pillar. Now, this is all soft touch material. The top one is hard plastic. This is the brownish color that we've seen on top of the door. And you can see that there is an ambient lighting right underneath here. I like this trim piece matching the one on the door. Of course, the vents are on the side. They're kind of connected with this trim, making it seem like one piece. Big volume power knob, 12.3 inch for your infotainment system, 12.3 inch for your driver information display. And we have the head-up display as well. Now, the steering wheel. This is kind of a strange looking one. Not sure if I'm liking this or not. Kind of too modern for me, okay? But On the left-hand side, we have the cruise control setting, dynamic cruise control, and the volume control. On the right-hand side, we have the Seek Tune button. We have the back, up and down, and kind of controls what's going on in the middle here. Okay, and now we can control, like, see, this controls what's going on the screen in front of you, and this controls what's going on the screen to the side. So again, a nice feature in here, big Nissan logo. Now we have a soft steering wheel. I like it. I like the touch of it, the feel of it. Pedal shifters, 9-speed automatic transmission, right on the left-hand side. Okay, so we have the steering assist. We have the information signs off. I believe this is the sign recognition. We have the heated steering wheel, and that's where you can open the rear gate from the inside. Auto hold for your brakes. So when you stop at the light, you put that button on, you press the brake pedal, and you can release it, and the vehicle won't start moving until you press the accelerator. This is your electronic parking brake. Now let's take a look and see what's going on in the driver information displays. Now we can go to this brand new screen right here. You can see settings, and we go to the sources. Basically, this is your home screen. And we can move on to the drive computer manual reset 1. By the way, gas mileage. Let's talk about this, guys, because I haven't mentioned that. That's 21 in the city, 27 on the expressway. Combined mileage is 23. So not much better than the previous outgoing generation, but tire pressure here, stop start, and 4x4. So it has the intelligent 4x4 system. Let's see what else it has. Navigation, you can put that inside of the driver information display. Your sources for media. Now you have the lane keep assist, and back to settings, which if you go in depth with it, you have the VDC settings, driver assistance, eco mode, TPMS settings, clock, vehicle settings, towing settings, maintenance, customized display unit, factory reset. So quite a bit. Again, a huge improvement over this tiny screen we've seen on the previous Gen 1. Now this is your infotainment system, and as you can see, I believe this is Google based. It says home 29 minutes. I kind of wish somewhere in Cape Coral somebody lives there, not me. But anyway, so somebody set up their home address, and that looks like a Google system. And we have home, media, so shortcuts on the side here, navigation, phone. Yep, this is definitely a Google Assist because you can turn it on. And
sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, quit Google. Back to the home screen. Let's move on. Sirius XM. No device connected right now, but it has wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Here's your apps, interior lights. Let's take a look. Ambient lighting. Ooh, we have different colors. How cool is that? So now it's in red. Now we're switching to like yellow. Let's see, the blues usually look pretty good. Kind of dim, but let's see if we can get that volume is up all the way. Red ones, again. So you can see where that ambient lighting is actually in. Let's see that right here in the middle as well. Very nice. Very nice. Not quite as nice as on like the Mercedes-Benz, but let's take it step at a time. And we have a different patterns that you can choose from depending on what you like. Okay, front and rear, both of them are turned on. Let's get out of here. And let's see, system information, GPS position, demo mode, Amazon Alexa. You have the MyQ Garage. Okay, so if you have a MyQ compatible garage opener, you can open that with your apps. You have to log in. Now, down here at the bottom, you can see the temperature is set to low. The heated steering wheel is not on, but we have ventilated seats, both on the driver and passenger side. And you can open up your climate control settings. And we can change stuff through here. All right, let's get this temperature up a little bit. Not sliding. So you have to push this, or you can do it from here. Well, I'm going to get to it in just a second. But different vents that the temperature is coming from front and rear. So you actually have the dual zone climate control here. And you can turn on the heated seats for the rear passengers. So dual zone climate control. I thought it was a tri-zone for a second here, but it looks like it's dual. And let's go to the different settings here as far as the quick settings. So brightness, you have the audio settings for the bass, middle, and treble, right? Bass. Give me the bass. And then let's go back out of here. Scrolling down, this big volume and power knob, hazard lights, seat track on the other side. Again, if you forget which vehicle you're sitting in, Murano is spelled out. I actually like this. This is like this wood trim, start stop engine, and then the buttons are illuminated inside of here. So they have some haptic feedback. It's weird because you think the whole thing is moving, and it's actually not. It's just giving the feedback. So fan speed, you have the temperature control, different shortcuts for it. Down here at the bottom, you have two USB Type-C ports, wireless charging. Now this is how you switch gears, kind of a bus-like, right? So parking, reverse, neutral, drive / manual, you can switch that. We have the camera. Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Auto, as far as the auto start stop button, and the cup holders, drive modes. As far as the drive modes, let's take a look. Sport, standard, and eco. So 3 driving modes. I'll leave it in sport for now. Then we have a bit more storage right next to the cup holders. Push the button and a deep center console where you can hide stuff inside. On the mirror, you also have the home link system. So in case you didn't want to use that MyQ garage door opener, you can use your home link. We have the sunglasses holder, and yes, we have the lights. This is your panoramic sunroof, really nice, letting a lot of light in. And of course, if you want to cover this up, you can. So if it's too bright, cover it up. You can also slide it open, let the air in. Very nice. One-touch operation. Push the button. All right. Door visor. We have the mirror up on top. And this is the interior of this brand new Nissan Murano. Oh, by the way, did I mention that it has the tilt and telescoping steering wheel? That is power. How cool is that? Well, guys, I know I'm excited to go for a ride too, but I forgot to show you this rear view camera. So let's take a look. First things first, when you put the vehicle in reverse, your mirror go down. So you can see what's going on the ground, which is a feature that my wife really misses on our current vehicle that we had on our previous one. So it's a 360. I actually like the quality of this camera. This is not so much, still a little bit grainy, and I just went out to make sure that there's no film on it. There's no film on the camera. You have different views. So you have this view, which in the middle, it shows you what's going on in the back. On the sides, this is the side of your vehicle. Kind of cool because it gives you what are you going to hit, right? This red line is no fly zone, right? So don't go over this red line because you're going to scratch something on the vehicle itself. The same thing with this green lines on the side here. You have the tire tracks, you have the middle section here, and then we have this rear view camera for the whole full screen. I like that they did it full screen. I kind of wish that it was a bit better quality. Overall, not bad. And now let's talk about pricing and take it for a spin. And as far as the trims, I think they simplified it too. So we have an SV that's available in either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, starting at $40,470 for $1,000 more. You get this intelligent all-wheel drive. The SL is available only in the all-wheel drive, $46,560, but it's going to give you some nicer features. It's going to give you the leatherette interior, the power panoramic sunroof, and the Platinum, which I'm sitting in right now. This is the granddaddy one. It is the all-wheel drive only, $49,600. The starting MSRP, $1395, is the destination charge here in the United States. And it has tons of features, as you've seen in this video. Hope you really like it. And now let's take it for a spin. There you go. Before we take it for a drive, let's actually make a circle here. See how tight this turning radius is. So steering wheel all the way to the left. And yeah, that's actually pretty good. You can hear some of that engine. I am in the sport mode. I wonder if that has anything to do with this. Put in standard mode, a little bit quieter. Or maybe it's just me imagining things. So far, it is comfortable. It has great technology. I like the design. I know it is subjective, but I got tired of looking at the previous generation one. As a matter of fact, I haven't even done the previous generation on my channel. I started my channel in 2020, so about 5 years ago, and it was already outdated. I got like, well, I'm going to wait till they come up with the new design. And I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and all of a sudden, 5 years later, we have a new design. So yeah, that's not something that normally happens. Normally, a vehicle has a life cycle of, whether it's 5, 6, 7 years. Very rarely they keep it for longer than that. Now, Toyota 4Runner is another one that Toyota kept forever. Now they're changing that as well. So, well, hopefully it's going to be back on the 5-year cycle, unless this one is so popular that people don't want to change it. Now, and this vehicle is all brand new, so everything is new, including the powertrain. And when I first watched the video from Nissan announcing it and announcing some of the specs on it, a lot of people commented on it that, hey, why are you removing the perfectly good V6 and putting a 4-cylinder engine in it? And from my understanding is they really have no choice. The EPA, the strict guidelines as far as the emissions, it's forcing manufacturers to go from 6 cylinders to 4-cylinder, from 8 cylinders to 6 cylinders. And that's what you've seen a lot manufacturers do, because it's almost impossible to meet the standards for the emissions with the higher displacement and more cylinders in the engine. Well, let's see how this drives. I mean, this is the world we live in. If we can't change it, at least see if we're going to be able to enjoy it. So decent turning radius. I'm going to see if I can stop right here. Open space in front of me. And of course, 0 to 60 is not important, but merging in traffic is. Okay. Get some pickup and go. What do we have here? 50. Not bad. Very smooth. You don't feel the gears changing, even though it is a 9-speed conventional transmission, which that was one thing that people liked. Of course, haters are going to be haters, so they're going to be like, well, 9 speeds is too much, 7 would be enough. Give us a 6-cylinder with a 7-speed transmission. Well, I got an idea for you. Maybe you should build your own vehicles. For the rest of us, I mean, kind of have to accept what the manufacturers are giving us, or look elsewhere for other choices, of course. Though there are choices in the market. With this specific market segment, it's very few. Ford Edge, Chevy Blazer, I mean, Honda Passport kind of plays in a different category. It's a mid-size two-row SUV, so it's the Mazda CX-70. And I'm not sure if I would put the Santa Fe, although I said in the beginning of the video that Santa Fe and Sorento would put in the same category. Well, maybe. This one is slightly smaller. So if you are looking for an SUV and you've tested the Kicks and the Rogue in Nissan, and that's too small, and you've tested the Pathfinder and that's too big and boxy, this would be a perfect solution for you. It's got that more stylish look, sportier look, decent acceleration. I mean, on paper, it's about 8 seconds. So, hey, it's not the fastest, not the slowest, but good gas mileage. I love the interior of this vehicle. And yes, I know it's $50,000, but not easy to find anything that's a lot cheaper. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Do you think that Nissan made it finally with this Murano, or do they still have some work to do with it? Now, I like it. Let me know what you think about it. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something about this brand new Murano, and I hope to see you in my next video. Cheers.